Long story short, I had to take that dog back to the pound. That bitch. Yeah, what are you doing?
It's cool, man. Everything looks so real. Real life should be in 3D.
You want to do it or should I?
No, I'm a pacifist.
Alright. That felt good.
Sucks.
Burp.
Oh, sexy baby.
Nice. That's a hell of a way to start the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a big week at Pete's Basement. We've seen. Wow.
Well, y'all did it. So
you know what? That brings us to our first fan question. Before we even get to the return of Batman, Smash Hansen hit us up on Twitter and wanted to know what disgusting comic book characters are worse or at least equivalently disgusting to Ramon's burps.
That's quite a segue.
You knew it was bound to happen. We didn't plan that shit. We were gonna wait. I was just gonna wait for the burp, but fucking damned if he didn't do it in the first 5 seconds. So basically, Smash, the list we came up with so far has been the Slug, who was like the Miami version of the Kingpin in Marvel, like early 90s Marvel. He did look like Jabba. I remember in actually it was in I think it was in the Spectacular Spider-Man annual of Atlantis Attacks. He actually pulled up a roll of fat and smothered some henchman in the fat. It was fucking sick. We have Mojo, who was a slovenly, drooly bastard. I also threw in the Frogman from Spectacular Spider-Man because, you know, frogs tend to be a little gross.
Mojo was like, what, early 90s, right?
Yeah, 90s. Well, actually, I think Mojo was 80s X-Men because he appeared with Longshot. I remember when Longshot first appeared, but I don't really give a fuck either. Say the truth. We also got Hector Hammond, who looks really disgusting. Especially since that new entity inhabited him. And does it mean, we'll get to the Green Lantern trailer in a minute, but Hector Hammond, who I'm assuming the guy with the big head is Hector Hammond, he looks like the guy from Men in Black. Remember Men in Black 2 with the guy that like broke off into those little 3 flying dudes?
Oh, yeah.
Remember what I'm talking about, right? It looks just like him.
That was on the TV.
Oh, yeah? I like those movies.
Was that, Tony Shalhoub? No, Tony Shalhoub.
No.
It was another gross-looking character. But anyways.
Jonah Hex, that little hair thing? That's disgusting.
With the skin, yeah.
Really. Clayface has been known to be pretty gross in the past. The Ultimate Universe Blob is fucking hideous.
Yeah,
that's fucking gross.
He's just like shit, yeah.
And Granny Goodness, because, you know, fat, slovenly old ladies are gross.
Also skinny old ladies. That bitch from Punisher.
Oh, Manucci?
There you go.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That she'll shrink a dick.
What about you guys? What about you guys out there? Hit us up and title it Ugly Mofos. How about Ugly Mofos?
Good. Ugly Mofos.
Tell us what comic book characters you find disgusting. Hit us up. You know the drill, guys. Facebook, start a thread, / Pete's Basement, questions at Pete'sBasement.com, Twitter. We're all over the place now. There's no way you can't reach us. We also want to bring up, obviously, since we're going right into DC, the Green Lantern trailer is out this past week. We also got a comment on a recent YouTube video from Mason T. Gaines that basically threatened our lives with getting our asses beat by the Nerd Police if we liked this piece of shit.
That's not a real name anyway.
The Nerd Police?
Mason T. Gaines.
It sounds like some kind of like detective, like Sherlock Holmes or something. Anyway, I will say one thing. When we say we don't like something or we call something a piece of shit, we always give a reason. So Mason, hit us up. Tell us why you don't like the Green Lantern trailer, because I didn't think it was perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's not an A+, but it's not a failed experiment either. I don't think.
No, it's not.
It's not even out yet. Watch it first before you...
I saw the trailer. On IMAX, and it's still lacking at times.
It's absolutely lacking. The costume could really be better. The costume should have looked more armory. It looks like fucking the Spawn movie.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like shit.
Yeah.
I liked the way they did Oa. I liked, it looked like Salak or however you say his name. Kilowog looked cool. You know, like Hector Hammond looked pretty cool. You got the quick shot of Sinestro in there.
Him using his power, making that punch.
Right, yeah, that was definitely old school. That was nice. I'm pretty confident in Ryan Reynolds to pick up, like, you know, the whole Hal Jordan character. Like, Hal Jordan's an asshole when you
Yeah.
boil it down.
The cocky son of a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Ryan Reynolds can definitely pull that off.
It's really my main problem is the costume and the mask. His eyes are too sunken in.
Yeah, it does. He looks a little too much like Kyle Rayner with the mask
Well,
on.
masks are hard to pull off, I think.
It's true.
And helmets are hard, too. Like Magneto's helmet.
Yeah, Magneto's helmet looked like a fucking penis.
Yeah.
Like, it looked stupid in the movie. That's why I'm really glad that Ian McKellen kind of walked around without it for the most part. Also, going back to GL, what the fuck is with the obligatory ethnic sidekick? Who's the Indian guy?
They recorded the film.
Tonto.
Seriously, like, what the fuck is that shit? So, Mason, absolutely, GL needs a little bit of work. I would give it a B minus maybe, B plus, somewhere around the B-ish area. But it's by no stretch a failure yet. And I hope it's not, because I really do hope they do this right. And finally, we have a couple of answers for Anthony Akins, who asked us 2 weeks ago, what characters would we like to switch universes? I, for one, would like to see Shadowhawk go to, like, DC, honestly, because I really think a Shadowhawk Batman encounter would be fucking off the hook.
It would, but it wouldn't do it right in dark.
You're probably right. They'd probably have, like, fucking Joel Schumacher direct the shit, and instead of breaking people's spines, Shadowhawk would, like, bite them in the knee. But, you know, whatever. I don't know. That's my answer to it. I would kind of like to like Spawn again, but I don't know where the character even is at this point.
You know there's a new Spawn, right?
There is a new Spawn?
No,
yeah, Al Simmons is Omega Spawn now.
Which is not done yet. But he's in hell. He's in hell, and there's a new Spawn, and I'm not going to talk about this no more. Cyberforce. I'd like to see Cyberforce used by Marvel.
Okay. That's interesting. I don't think I'd like to take anyone out of Marvel. Like, who's there now. I don't have enough confidence in DC to do anything right with Marvel characters. That's just my humble opinion. Not that I have too much faith in Joey Q either, but, you know.
Well, DC could use Doom. Because God knows Lex Luthor's a pussy now.
It's true. You know what? You're right. DC doesn't have enough badass villains. Marvel's got an overabundance and could probably share.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't want to see Dr. Doom leave Marvel. This is my point.
Oh, we can borrow him.
They can borrow him. That would be fucking cool.
Do it for Darkseid. You know, here you go.
Darkseid, I'd like to see fucking, like, let's do a little crossover action, maybe a Thanos Darkseid team up. Mm-hmm. That would be badass.
Seeing Darkseid against Galactus would be hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd still give it to Galactus. I think Galactus is a bit more of a cosmic kind of entity than, like, either Thanos or Darkseid. Yeah. But, yeah, I definitely would like to see characters coming out of, like, Image and done right by either of the big two, just to see a fucking title come out on time.
Especially Wildstorm, because Wildstorm was just being so...
I never even got into fucking Wildstorm.
I love Wildstorm. I love Gen 13. I love...
I'd like to see Gen 13 come back with a fucking artist that deserves to do it. Gen 13 was what got me into Scott Campbell in the first place, and I'm done bitching about him for that. I know he's not going to do a fucking whole book, but you get an awesome cartoonist like, let's say, Bagley or... I don't know, anybody. Like, what's his name? Frank Cho could do an awesome Gen 13. Who's the other guy?
More particular friend.
The other guy that was on X-Men. I can't think of his name.
Dodson?
Comic-Con. Dodson, yeah.
Oh.
He could do a fucking sick Gen 13.
Here we go.
I texted these guys last night, probably about 11:30 after I finished reading this shit, and it is shit. I hate all things Batman. I do. I tried. I'm still going to pick up the David Finch book for, what is it, whatever the fuck that he wrote himself. Dark Knight, yeah. Batman the Return. So, pretty much Bruce Wayne coming back and, you know, telling everybody else that he's going to, you know, we're going to have Batman Incorporated and everything. There was a really fucking great shot, the double page splash.
Art was awesome.
David Finch is great.
Yeah,
He's a great artist. I love the fucking tank-looking Batmobile that kind of mixes up the movie Batmobile with the, you know, the old fucking movie Batmobile and shit. That was a cool scene. I am displeased. Why the fuck does his chest light up now? Why is it a little light?
That's not the problem. What's the problem with his suit is his fucking...
Crotch?
His cock.
That piece he has there, it's like...
Oh, the little cod piece thing?
How do you explain that?
Yeah, there's like a couple of sketches and shit in the back here. I don't know what... I wasn't really paying too much attention to his crotch.
I'm not sure why that is.
You knew it was the eye, but it's just...
maybe he's had too many problems in the past getting it kicked in.
Overall, the new costume
Maybe
is
Catwoman was
pretty
after
cool.
Hey, she's in two of these books. Not to cut you off.
No,
She's in two of these books and they're like humping like rabbits.
Hey,
Like, he's making up for lost time.
good for him. I thought the overall story of like them using like robot Batmen, like now they're like kind of using avatars. It's like fucking World of Warcraft or some dumb shit like that.
Remember,
And then there's this fucking Star Wars terrorist guy who's like, you will know me and you will die.
what's it called?
Fucking
Kingdom
ridiculous.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robot Bat?
Grant Morrison is moving this into a very Kingdom Come-esque Batman, where he's basically using robots and other means and
He's
taking
becoming
over the
militant.
streets. Yeah, he really is. And like I said last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, I'm sorry, it is a logical jump for the evolution of the character.
Does
This
make
is something he
does.
would do, but one, it has to be done right, and not by Grant Morrison, and two, does it make for a good story one way or the other?
If it was a contained